Zidane Danny, Election Ninja here, and welcome back to Election Ninja's Lab. For those of you who are unaware, Pokemon Sword and Shield have just announced that they are going to be adding DLC. It's really funny, actually. But honestly, I'm actually kind of glad that they are going to be introducing the DLC. It's basically just like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but it's better. It's an update. It's DLC instead of so adding extra stuff doesn't seem as pointless. Obviously, we are going to be getting a lot of Galarian forms and a lot of really cool new Pokemon, including new legendaries, which, needless to say, I am excited about. But obviously, there's a question laying about. Should DLC be a thing? I, like many people, have actually gotten quite a few DLC things, such as, of course, Remind, I have recently got, and also I will, if there's a free DLC for almost any game, yes, I'm going to get it. Occasionally, I will get other things, such as I have gotten some things for Final Fantasy 15, and so on and so forth. The basic point is this. DLC, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? And honestly, I don't really have an answer. No one really ever has. The simple fact of the matter is, if DLC is done badly, it's a bad thing. Yet we want it for other things. A good example of why like I said, the DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield is good. It is a good thing that is like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but luckily it's DLC. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon really could have been DLC. The two games were, for normal Sun and Moon, were fine. But Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, all they did was add some things. Add small little pieces that really could have just been added to the original game, and it wouldn't have changed anything for all of us. We all probably would have just been happy to play the new games. And the end. No big deal, we just move on, play the new games. And nobody cares. And honestly, I think that would have been fine. For other games like Final Fantasy, people get upset about that because of the fact that it's new story that some people believe should have been in the original game. But for someone like me, the DLC for Final Fantasy 15 wasn't necessary. All the information for the main story was in there, but the DLC basically added the ability to learn more stuff about what happened with the other characters. So, whether or not you consider DLC to be a good thing or a bad thing, it's really up to you. The only time that I truly believe that DLC is a bad thing is when they go a ridiculous price for something that really doesn't need to happen. A good example of this would be the something that I'll actually take Final Fantasy 15 again. Final Fantasy 15 has a lot of DLC for it, and you can actually get all of it on one disc for about the same price that the normal game was originally. Originally, when the game came out, it was about $60. Then they came out with the Royal Edition, which again was $60, and is now, I believe, about $15. I could be wrong. But for anyone who got the game originally and is looking at the DLC, it's a lot of money. A lot of money that really should be lower. That is the problem that I think we need to discuss about DLC. The simple fact of the matter is that as we play games, and as time goes on, almost every single game lowers in the amount of lowers in the cost for how much it is. The only real exceptions to this rule is Nintendo games as of right now for the Switch. All Nintendo games, even the original games, are still at the same price. But for other games, such as many other games such as any PS4 game, if it was almost a year later, you're honestly going to be able to find maybe it down to $10, maybe cheaper, which is really impressive if you can find it like that. Even if it's brand new, that's not a joke. I'm pretty sure that I've found brand new versions of Royal Edition for $15. Brand new ones recently, not old ones. So, yeah. And that's insane to me to think about, that these games are so much cheaper now. The simple fact of the matter is that we have these games and they should be going lower in price. Now, obviously, having the price be very extreme for a while, that's fine. Having it be as normal price is fine. But like other games, DLC shouldn't be staying at ridiculous prices. We should be allowed to wait a little bit to continue the game, and then we can buy it for a cheaper price. Obviously, there are going to be fans out there who want to play these games and are going to buy them right off the bat. That's the exact thing that happened with Final Fantasy XV, what is currently happening for Kingdom Hearts 3. But for other games, it's not happening. And for a lot of games, it actually happens. But the simple fact of the matter is that they don't go down. Almost every other game will go down in price, no matter what it is. But sometimes it's just costs too much to lower the price, and that's odd. But for DLC, it should be going down in price, because it's basically just a download. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. So I want to know what your thoughts are on any DLC. Leave your as well as leave your theories for anything that I talk about down in the comments below. But anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below any of your thoughts and opinions. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I'll see you guys next time. But on.